Hello, thanks again for watching. Today I'm doing my everyday makeup look. This is my go-to look for everyday work, basic things. If you watched my January favorites video, thank you so much. Even if you didn't, thank you for watching this one, and I hope you will watch that one as well. I'll put the link below because some of the products that I use in this video I did mention in the last one. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, let's get started. So first thing I do before I get into my makeup routine is I moisturize my lips so that by the time I've finished applying my makeup, my lips are ready for lipstick or whatever I'm gonna apply. So I'll start with this Barry M lip oil. It's called Coco Loco. It's so nice. It's so hydrating and it just makes my lips feel so soft. I'm going to use my Glycolic acid daily cleansing pads. I actually featured these in the last video I did of my January favorites, and I am actually still loving them. They're so good. So I'm just going to use those to swipe over my face before I apply any moisturizer. So next thing, I put on my moisturizer, and this is just a day cream, a regular schmegular day cream by L'Oreal. I have oily skin, but I still moisturize. I feel like moisturizing is not excuse me. I feel like moisturizing is not optional. Whether you've got dry skin, combination skin, oily skin, you should moisturize. The next thing I do is apply a primer. And the primer that I've been using a lot of lately is by The Ordinary. It's the High Spreadability Fluid Primer. I love this primer so much. It's a silicone based primer, so it's good for if you have a lot of texture on your skin, or you have large pores, or you have oily skin. I just feel like although it's like a serum primer and it's really fluid, it actually does mattify. It has this velvety texture when you apply it. It feels really smooth. So that's what I like about it. While I wait for my primer to just settle in and do its thing, I'm gonna do my brows. I think I'll do my brows first today. So I just apply a little bit of powder on top. And this can be like a dark eyeshadow or just your setting powder. That's just going to absorb the oil and just help your brow products to stay on better. Did I mention this brow pencil is just a very random brow pencil that I picked up while I was home in Zimbabwe on holiday. I actually forgot to pack my pencil, so I got this from a pharmacy, and it was like $1, and it's meant to be an eyeliner and lip liner, so it's not even specifically a brow pencil, but it's so pigmented, it's so nice, it's very creamy, it applies really easily. So yeah, it reminds me of my MUA eyebrow pencil, which is what I normally use, and that's £1 as well. So yeah, I just feel like pencils are not where I should be spending the most of my makeup budget. So next I'm using this collection Color Lash All Day Wear Mascara. It's a brown mascara, and I use this to set my eyebrows. So I'm going to stop there with my brows and apply my foundation, and then I will conceal my brows later. I'm going to be using my Revlon Color Stay foundation. This is a pretty good dupe for the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and actually, yeah, for the Estee Lauder Double Wear. So if you can't get a hold of that, or you just don't want to spend Estee Lauder money, which is a lot, then this is a good alternative. I think I have a review on my blog of both the Estee Lauder and this Revlon foundation, so if you want more details and stuff, you can definitely check that out. So I always start by applying my foundation with a stippling brush, and then I will use a beauty sponge or beauty blender after. I just find that all these beauty sponges, they suck in a lot of makeup, and you know, if you're using like a high-end foundation, it just gets sucked in to the sponge, and even when it's damp, like I just feel like it's just so, yeah, it's too much. So I always try and spread my foundation on with a stippling brush or foundation brush, and then after I will blend that in to kind of give that airbrush effect with the sponge. So this sponge is actually a little bit damp, it's not soaking through or anything, and this is just gonna give me a bit more of a polished look, a bit more of a airbrushed look, and also because it's damp, it's gonna sheer out the foundation so that I don't look like I have a ton of the stuff on. So I think that's pretty much it for the foundation. Now back to my brows so I can finish those off. I'm using it's the NYX Gotcha Covered concealer, and it's waterproof. This stuff is thick, like thick, and I haven't really tested to see if it's waterproof, but it's definitely full coverage. That's the bottom done, and then for my top, for the top of my brows, I always use my foundation shade, and that's because I hate having that, you know, that halo effect where I see it a lot, like, and I actually used to do it. I see it a lot in my old pictures, like some of the old selfies that I have from years ago. I have these white lines on top of my eyebrows, and it looks awful. So I figured if I use my foundation shade, then I can have a really nice clean brow without that halo, you know, that weird halo effect. So I'm just gonna blend the bottom and the top of my brow. So now that we've got brows done, foundation done, the next thing is concealer. And the concealer I have been using lately is the Fit Me concealer by Maybelline. This is really good concealer, and I actually did a review of this on my blog as well, so you can check that out. I'm using shade 55 first. I think I might add a lighter shade, I don't know. Let's see how this does. How does this look? I think this looks okay for like an everyday look. So I really like this concealer. I think it's a really good affordable version of the God, I can't get my words right. It's a good affordable alternative to the NARS Creamy Radiance. I actually have the NARS Creamy Radiance, and I swatched it and compared it on my blog as well. And yeah, I really like this. It's like $5.99 or something, £5.99. It's super cheap. So yeah. And then taking my damp beauty sponge, I'm gonna start with, I always start with my chin and my forehead, my nose, and then I do my under eyes after, because there's less product here, so it's gonna dry quicker. So you want to get that done first. How's that looking? Okay, now I'm gonna do my under eyes. Oh, coverage. This is really good coverage for like a really cheap concealer, like a $5.99 concealer. This is really good coverage. Yeah. I just love this so much. So nice. And yeah, you want to bring your concealer over your lid as well, especially if you've got dark eyelids like me. Otherwise, you're just going to look really, really odd. Okay, pretty good. Look how easily it blends, like seriously. It blends so easily as well. It doesn't dry too quick or anything like that. It just blends really, really nice and easy. And look how quickly I did my top lid. Like, come on. Okay, now I'm gonna do here because I get smile lines here. And then I'm just gonna run it just here, just under my my cheekbone, because I don't like to add any more product, but I will just bounce my beauty blender there as well. To set my concealer, I'm going to be using my Banana Dreams powder. I featured this in my January favorites video as well. So it has a slight yellow tint. It's not too bad. It's not too crazy. So I'm just gonna use this to set my concealer. Oh, that's a bit much. Okay, for my blush, I am applying this one by Mascara. It's a powder blush duo by Mascara in Beg and Bronzella. So I'm guessing the shimmer color is Bronzella and the plain one is Beg, but I don't know why I like this so much. It's so pretty. The color is really pretty. I'm into pink tone blushes. I used to be very into like coral and like orange tone blushes, but I don't know, recently I've been very drawn to like the pinks. Yeah, so I do bring my blush quite close to my nose. Why? I just feel like it has a slimming effect on your face than if you put your blush all the way out. Yeah. So I like to bring my blush in a little bit. For my contour, I'm using the Sleek Face Form Contouring Blush Palette. If you use too much of it, it can easily look dirty, like your face is dirty. I don't do the whole contour your forehead thing. I have a big forehead. It is what it is. I'm not going to stress myself. And yeah, I'm just going to use a tiny bit, because, you know, if I'm wearing this like to work and stuff, you don't want to be blinding people at work. But ooh! I don't like to contour my nose, so I just tend to highlight it, and that's pretty much enough. And then a little bit on my Cupid's bow, because that will look nice once I do my lipstick. I'm gonna set my whole face with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder. I feel like they keep switching this thing around. One time they'll call it deep dark, the next time they'll call it dark deep. I feel like it changes every time I go and buy it. But this is another holy grail item for me. I've been buying this for years and I don't see myself not buying it. I am patting. I'm not swirling my brush because I don't want to move my foundation out of place, so I pat instead of buff. Next, I'm going to set my face with my favorite setting spray by L'Oreal. I drench myself in this stuff, like seriously. And while it's drying, I like to just tap on my highlight area, and that will just make it look less powdery. I think I'll do my mascara first and then I'll do my lips last, because that's the order I tend to do things in. I don't really like doing my bottom lashes. I feel like it makes me look pretty old, but I don't know. We'll see how I feel. And for my lips, I'm just applying a lip liner. This is Club Hopper by NYX. And I am applying this matte velvet lip crayon by New Look. It is the most random thing that I picked up in New Look, but I really like it. And the reason I use it, right, is because, you know, when you apply your lip liner, it's like really dark on the edges, and sometimes I don't have time to go in with a lip brush and blend everything in. So just putting this on, just I don't know, it just makes it all blend together. I really like this lipstick. I've used so much of it. This is all that is left, honestly. This is the L'Oreal Color Rich Matte in Greige Perfecto. It's shade 634. I'll put all the details in the description or on my blog post so that you can see. It's a really nice color. It's oh, it reminds me of MAC Stone. It's exactly not exactly, it's a lot like MAC Stone, just a little bit less gray and more beige, I think. So this is the final look. Well, let's just do the bottom lashes, just why not? I hope I don't ruin this by doing this. I feel like I've kind of ruined it. How's about that? I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've picked up a few tips, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'll link all the reviews to some of the products that I used in the description box, and put a link to my blog. I'll put all the product details hopefully somewhere in the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.